have a brilliant day and don't put any lube on your face. Life advice. Hello, Kristel here, and it's great to have you on board for another Dally Diaries video. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, well, I'd love you if you could do that. And if you are a fan of makeup videos and just fun in general, you're in the right place. Okay, so today we are going to be doing another Colourpop situation. We are going to be talking about the It's All Good palette as defined by the world famous Walt Disney World thermos deciding system that has been used in previous videos. You can see that in the last vid if you missed it. Okay, so the It's All Good palette is from Colourpop, obviously, and it is a large palette. In fact, it is 30 pan large. So this baby is described on the website as being the newest 30 pan shadow palette in vibrant shades that will make you feel like you're thriving. Mixed finishes of rich mattes, shining metallics, and insane pressed glitters create the perfect looks from sunrise to sunset. Yeah, okay, so this palette retails for $34 USD. So that works out to be, I think, around $46 Australian. Now, that is still fantastic value. If these formulas are good, then it is amazing value, because if you compare that to the price of, I mean, pretty much most other makeup pans, like a Pat McGrath palette, what do you get, like an 8 or 10 pan palette for 100 and something Australian dollars, 190 Australian dollars. So yeah, this value is outstanding. We're going to be using it today to create this look that I have on. Okay, before we get started though, there is something very serious that we need to discuss today. Okay. Put your serious pants on. We need to discuss this trend. Using lube, yeah, I'm talking KY Jelly, Durex, like that kind of lube, as a makeup primer. What are you doing? If you are doing this, you are crazy. I just don't even have words to describe how redonkulous this situation is. There are, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of makeup primers on the market. If you cannot find a makeup primer that you like out of all of those, don't be wearing makeup primer. That is insane. You crazy. I mean, unless you're priming your face for, I don't know, something else that, like, yeah, I'm gonna leave that be. But just why? This is a trend that is happening at the moment, apparently, on TikTok. And I don't know if it started out as like a funny, this is so hilarious kind of send up thing, or this is for real. But I think people are now taking it as a for real thing. Don't do it. First of all, it is not safe to be putting that on your eyeballs and around your eye area. Secondly, it's just full of crap. Why would you want that on your face when you can have stuff that is directly made for your face? Like, I just can't get my head around it. Ugh. Anyway, enough of that. I have got some swatches coming up for you of the It's All Good palette. So make sure you stick around for those babies and stick around to have a look at how we did this look. Woohoo! Okay, so I'm gonna pop up some swatches now so you can take a peek at them. These are brought to you by David Bowie today. Yeah, my main man. He is bringing you swatches. And if you don't love Labyrinth, if you have never seen Labyrinth, you're gonna have to unsubscribe from my channel. I'm just kidding. But go watch it, it is such an amazing movie. Now, onto the swatches. Okay, so I already have on my eyes the Urban Decay primer potion just on my lids, because I know that some of the Colourpop shadows are very likely to stain the eye. So that is how I'm hoping to avoid that situation going on. So to get things started, I'm just gonna use the shade Carefree, which is this one here. And I'm going to pop that up through the crease of my eye. I think I'm gonna be going for a kind of a bright yellowy bronzy look today. All right, so let's get this one in there. Going on quite nicely. I'm just using a big dome shaped fluffy brush to do this. Cool. So this is kind of like a light banana yellow shade. And I'm going to take that almost all the way up to my eyebrow, just because if you haven't seen my, oh, it's my laptop making noise. If you haven't seen my videos before, you'll know that because I have kind of hooded eyes, I like to take my shadow up quite high so that it can actually be seen when my eyes are open. Okay, so that's really good, that soft shade there. I'm enjoying that. Next up, we are going to be using the really bright yellow here called Sunbelt. Where are we? Yep, that guy there. And I'm going to be using this Tarte brush just to pack that on. That's going to be bright, I think. Oh yeah. This is such a fun bright yellow color. So I've gone pretty hard with that one all over my lid there, and I'm just going to use another soft dome fluffy brush just to blend that out into the other shade up there a little bit. Okay, pretty happy with that color there. That is, yeah, that's really cool. All right, so now I think what we're gonna do is we are going to get some depth in there and some burnt orange tones with this shade here called You Got It. Another one there. You got it. Okay. So for that one, I'm gonna pack it on with a smaller brush. Now keep in mind there is a lot of, again, with these powdery shades, a lot of kickback, kick up, depending on your, how you like to say it. So yeah, just be aware of that when you're digging in to your eyeshadows. They're very soft and powdery. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of just creating a bit of a V, outward V shape there. Okay, so I'm just kind of being quite rough with it at the moment. I'm packing it on with that smaller, harder, flatter brush. And once I've laid that out, I'm gonna go back in with my old favorite. I really need to replace this brush. But I just love the size and the shape of this dome. It is so good. It's so fine, and it's so good for people with smaller eyelid space to work with. So I'm just using that baby there to blend that shade through. That's another really cool color, actually. There's really no natural sunlight in the sky today. It is so overcast. So yeah, sorry if it's a little bit dark, but all you're getting is fluoro and ring light. Oh man, I'm loving how this is looking though. Okay, now that that is on, we are going to, I think, I'm gonna do an inner corner highlight color. I think I'm gonna take the light gold shade called Heart to Heart, which is that guy there, and just pop that in the inner corner of my eyes. There is another light golden shade in this palette, but the other one I would say is more of a kind of orangey yellow gold when it's swatched. So I wanted to go for the less orangey shade of the two, even though the other shade would actually work perfectly with this look as well. So you can absolutely go in with that if that's your preference. Just bringing that up to meet with that other orange shade at the top there. Okay, now it does actually look quite cool matte, but you know, I think we need to get some glitter on this eyelid, seeing as we're trying out the palette. And there are some glitters in here. Now there's a super chunky glitter called Michelada, which is that one there on the edge. Now, I will say that these are listed as not necessarily eye safe. So if you do want to use these, it's kind of buyer beware at your own risk. There is another glitter here called Gold Star, which I guess would be the obvious choice given the color scheme that we have going on right now. Do I want to go with the obvious choice? Or do we want to go for something with a little bit of multi-color glitter action? So those are the two glitters side by side. Do you know what? I think we're going to go with the chunky one. Yeah, why not? Let's put it all on the line. What I do think I might do is, because I know I'm going to be using a glitter, and if it's a particularly chunky glitter, I actually like to line my eyes first. So I like to go in with my eyeliner under there. Sometimes if you line after you've put a chunky glitter on, you can get glitter in your eyes and it can just go everywhere. So just wanted to really push up into that top edge of my lid just to define the eye a little bit. Obviously when I'm using a liquid liner, I'm like super careful and precise about what I do, but when I use a pencil, I'm so chill with my application because I know it's not the end of the world if it's a bit messy, because what I'll always do, I'm really illustrating the messiness right now, but what I will always do is go back in there once I've kind of whacked a rough line on my eyes, and I will go in with an angled brush and just sort my mess out. Just blend it out a little bit so it's nice and soft. And just for reference, I am using a Charlotte Tilbury eye pencil. It is one of the double-edged Color Magic Liner Duo pencils, and it's in Copper Charge, which is the metallic-y shade. So it looks like that. I love these pencils. They're beautiful. They don't irritate my eye. The colors are gorgeous, as you can see. I've really gone pretty hard with this guy, but it just goes with so many looks. And if you have hazel eyes, it is such a beautiful color. And this is how they swatch. Gorgeous, right? So I think this is complementing this eye look absolutely perfectly. All right, let's get some glitter on the eye. What I am going to do first though is I am going to use my Pat McGrath Labs Intensifies Artistry wand, which is just kind of just going to serve as a base for that chunky glitter, because I'm not sure how well that is going to stay without a base because of the, you know, the chunky factor of it. This is cool, the wand. Like if you have Pat McGrath eyeshadows, it does work really nicely to keep the glitters in place and intensify them. So if you're thinking about getting it, yeah, I'd say it's really good. It's really convenient. It's not messy. It's easy being in a stick form as opposed to like a, you know, a wet glue. Alrighty, so I'm just going to use my finger to pick up the glitter shade, which we have decided is going to be the Michelada. I really don't know if that's how it's said, but I like saying it that way. Okay, so let's pop that just in the center of the eye. And once again, this shade is not listed as eye safe, so I'm just living life on the edge here. I don't, to be honest, tend to use chunky glitters ever on my eyelids, so we're just playing around, just experimenting a little bit and seeing how it comes out. A little bit of fallout, but not too much, and I think that's probably thanks to the Pat McGrath primer that I put underneath it. All right, what I want to do now is, now that that glitter's gone on, I just want to go back in and deepen up a little bit on this outer eye. I'm going to go in with that same You've Got It shade, that reddy orangey brown. It's one of my go-to ways to get rid of like fallout on my face, is just to give it the old and then just use a big soft fluffy brush to try and get rid of what you can. I'm gonna have to fix that one up a little bit later though, because it is a super intense, bright shade that has decided it would like to stain my face. And yeah, you know, can't argue with that, can you? Shadows are telling me who's boss. Alrighty, I've decided I just want to wing out my eye slightly with my liner. But again, because it's a pencil and a blunt pencil at that, it's gonna be rough. That's better. Just needed that little bit of extra kick. All right, now underneath the eye, we are going to be using the shade. Yeah, you know what? I think we're gonna use that same You Got It shade, the warm orangey brown shade underneath the eye. So I'm just using that same brush that I used to pack it on earlier. And I'm just tapping off the brush once I put the eyeshadow on it, because again, it's very, very powdery. I actually really want to try one of those little tiny refer brushes that I keep hearing so much about to use under my eye on the lash line there. These colors are beautiful. They are working wonders for my greeny tones in my hazel eyes, really working to pop those out. I also want to just use that same light golden color I used earlier, just through that lash line there. I really wish I had a yellow eyeliner pencil. I'm sure Colourpop has one, so I'm gonna have to try and order one because that would be killer in this look. In the meantime, I will use the other end of my Charlotte Tilbury Magic Duo Liner pencil in the Copper Charge shade in that waterline there. Alrighty, I am just going to pop some mascara on and then I will be right back. Alrighty, I am back. I have got mascara on. I used my old faithful tried and true Tarte Opening Act Primer and my Tarte Lights Camera Lashes mascara. Now I just want to pop some bronzer and blush and highlight on. I'm actually going to be using my very much loved Kosas Tropic Equinox compact. So this is the Color and Light Cream, and I normally wear my Tarte cream bronzer, but today I just wanted to go with something just a little bit more orangey, a little bit warmer. So that is why I'm going to go in with this shade here. And I'm just going to be using a fluffy brush. It is a MAC. Okay, it could be one of three things. 107, 167, or 137 SH. It's an old brush, so the numbers have worn off, but it is fantastic for applying cream products like blushes and bronzers. And so I just want to do a nice warm flush across the cheek. You can use this for a warm contour if you want to. Just to sweep across the hairline as well. Beautiful. It's just warmed up the face. I am obsessed with cream products. I am a cream cheek product kind of gal. They are my favorites. I love cream bronzers. I just love how they look on the skin. I love a dewy finish. I'm all about a dewy finish. So having said that, I love cream products. To be honest, I use a cream blush 99.9% of the time, but I do actually really like the little Tarte blushes that they have. This one was actually I think it was like a birthday gift or a reward or something, but the shade is quirky and it is one of the Amazonian Clay 12-hour blushes. And I do actually like the texture of these blushes and I think they're really pretty on. So normally when I do a cream blush, I use this particular brush to apply it. It's fantastic. This is actually a Napoleon Complexion Perfection brush, and it's very unique in my collection. I don't have any other brushes like it, but I am gonna go back to that fluffier brush for my application of my Tarte product. Such a pretty shade. Okay, just going into the apple of the cheek. Beautiful. And I think that we are going to use the highlight from the Color and Light Compact, the Kosas one, which is kind of a golden beigey color. So that'll work really nicely with the look that we're doing today. And you can either apply that with your fingers or a sponge. Sorry, my compact looks so manky. It's been used a lot. I don't often wear the highlight just because I tend to stick with my Ilia or my RMS or Becca highlights. But I think this one's perfect for what we want to do today. So I'm just using my finger to pack that on. Beautiful, and a little pop here. Alrighty, we are done. I have just gone ahead before and popped on my Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Angel Alessandra as well. The packaging for this is absolutely gorgeous too. It's so cool. It's very like pop art. So yeah, that is what is on my lips, and that is the final look. I'm digging it. I like it. It's cool. So I gotta say, I have had a ball using the It's All Good palette from Colourpop. It is an absolutely gorgeous palette, and it's super versatile as well. So I've got this really quite bold kind of, you know, bronzy yellow ready color going on today, color scheme going on, but you can also get gorgeous bright fuchsia looks, and you can get some really pretty soft peachy shades. You can go completely neutral as well. So I feel like if you are traveling, this may be the perfect palette because it literally has everything in here, and because it is cardboard as well, I feel like, you know, it's a great palette to travel with. So I gotta say, I highly recommend it. Yeah, I have loved the formulas. Those mattes have gone on beautifully, and they have blended beautifully as well. I thought I might have some difficulty with the orangey red shade, but nope, that was perfection. The yellow was gorgeous and bright. Absolutely recommend. I'm even kind of enjoying the pressed glitter, which is probably not something I would wear regularly on my eye. I tend to wear like more of the finely milled sparkle shadows. But yeah, I'm really enjoying that. So if you are in the market for a palette that is going to be versatile, that you can wear for day looks, but also is going to take you to a fun night out look, you are going to get that with this palette. It is definitely a warmer toned palette. I will say that I noticed when I was swatching it, because I think in the unboxing video that I did when I got this palette, I did say that I was a little bit wary of two of the shades because of how cool toned they looked, and I thought that I probably wouldn't get anywhere out of them. So that was that one and that one there. So I think that's Downtime and Happy Go Lucky. But when I actually swatched those eyeshadows, they are warm toned as well. So yeah, it was really surprising. It doesn't look like it does in the pan. So don't let that put you off if you aren't someone who likes to wear gray tones. Don't worry about it because it's not one. So definitely recommend the It's All Good Colourpop palette. Get around it. It is such good value. Excellent value. I mean, that is why Colourpop is so popular, I think, is because of the value for the product that you get and the price that you pay. It really is exceptional. So well done, Colourpop, on a brilliant palette. Alrighty, so we are slowly working our way through the Colourpop videos from the original unboxing video where I got all these 5 palettes out and I was like, which one will I start with? And of course, you know that we came to doing this video from the world famous Walt Disney World Cup. And we're gonna do the same thing right now. So shaking her up. We've got 2 palettes left, I think. So let's find out which one is next. In the next video, we will be talking about, oh, I picked up 2 there, so just put one back. We will be talking about the Lush Life palettes. I am so excited to use that one. Oh, it's gonna be so tropically and fun. So make sure you are around for that one. If you don't want to miss out, please subscribe to my channel. It'd be great to have you on board, and give this video a thumbs up. That would be fantastic too. Have a brilliant day, and don't put any lube on your face. Life advice. Bye.